Hi, welcome to Copenhagen. Thanks for dropping in. Hope everybody is doing well. Today I am having a look at the Diamond E-Painter pen from ideen mit herz. So today I have something a little bit different to look at. If you have been diamond painting, you will be used to using a pen like this, where we dip the tip in pink wax or putty, or even put glue dots in it and use that to pick the drills up. This pen is very different. It's from a company called ideen mit herz, which is based in Germany, and the name actually means ideas with heart. They do various craft products. So this is a pen for diamond painting, and I'm just going to open it up. All of the text on the box is in German, so rather than testing my very poor German skills, we will just open up the box and see what we get inside. So we've got some instructions. We have, we'll put this to the side actually, have a look at this. So here we have what is included, and as I said, everything is in German, but we can use the pictures. So we get a diamond painting tray, and we get a USB power supply and an adapter, and here we have the pen and this little thing here with the USB connector. So that is what we get. And if we go back to the box, I'll just take everything out. So we have this part in one bag. Oh, actually it's a very big tray. I was expecting the sort of standard sized tray, but as you can see, it's a very large tray. So we have the tray, and just open this up. We have the power adapter. So nice big tray. I like the fact it's got straight edges, so it'll be nice and stable. Get plenty of drills in there, plenty of space to shake them around and spread them out. And then we get a power adapter with the USB connector. So I'll put that to the side. And then in here, if I can find the top. Sorry about the noise. So here we have this what looks like a UFO with a hole in the top, and we have a very shiny pen, and it is actually, or it feels like metal. Feels really cold just now, but yeah, it's an ergonomic pen. Has that little waist there, so makes it quite comfortable, or more comfortable to hold than just a straight single diameter. Quite a nice colour as well. It does feel like metal. There's a little bit of weight in it. So we have the standard diamond painting pen tip. If we go back to the pink pen, you can see the tips are exactly the same. So it is a nylon tip with a brass insert that we're used to using. The difference is it has this hose connected to the back, and we have, I don't know how long it'll be, so I'm just going to unwind this and unravel it. So, whoops, dropped the pen. Okay, so that adapter that went in the end of the pen wasn't in very well. So when I pulled on it, it actually came out, so we'll see. So there's a hose that goes into the back, and it is, I was just trying to get an idea how long the hose is. So I would guess just over 2 meters, so maybe 7 feet, something like that, I guess. I don't know actually if the instructions say. It's only 1 3/4 meters long, so that's what, 4.5 feet, roughly. Well, a bit more, say 5 feet. So the hose goes into the back of the pen with that little adapter that I managed to pull out. It seems to come out pretty easily though, but we'll see how it works. So the hose, 1.75 meters long, goes into this little thing, which is actually a pump. And we have the connector to plug it in, and we have an on-off switch. Little rubberized feet to stop it sliding around, and I would imagine the pen fits in that. It looks like a pen holder. So yeah, I think that's the idea. So basically, if you're not using it, you can have the pen sitting in the holder, so it's not laying on the table, but you do still have 1.75 meters of hose laying about. So the hose is silicone, so it's very soft and bendy. It's not like the sort of plastic that you get for fish tank pumps and stuff. So the bending won't affect it. I don't think it'll wear away or crack over time. It's soft, very bendy. So that's how it looks. Now the thing is, I actually reviewed the original ePainter pen about a year ago. So I'm just going to show the difference from this one and the original one, because they have redesigned quite a lot. So the original, I'll just untangle it, came with a power supply, but it was just like a black box, and it plugged directly into the mains. It didn't have the USB adapter. So that was the power supply, and this is the connector. So no USB in the original one, and no fancy base. So this is the pump. This is also the pump, but it has a pen holder in it. They've changed the casing. No on-off switch on the original, so you just had to unplug it to switch it off. This one has the on-off switch, so you can switch it off on the desk. The original one had a pen like this, which basically was a sort of beefed up diamond painting pen with a rubberized area here, but it was basically just a straw. The new one is metal, nice metallic finish on it, but the idea is the same. The difference is this definitely is more ergonomic, just a nicer looking pen than the original one. So I think they've sort of had a look at it and thought, okay, we could jazz this up a bit, make it look a bit more presentable rather than this sort of basic idea. I do have a review of this that I did a year ago, so I'll put a link in the description if you're curious just to see how this worked, because I am curious to see how they compare in action. But I think a lot of this is mainly cosmetic, which is not a bad thing. I mean, it definitely looks better, the pen especially, more comfortable, just nicer design. So what I'll do is I'll plug in, I'll set up, and I'll do a little bit of diamond painting, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I'm set up for the diamond painting kit that I'm working on at the moment. I've poured some drills of the next colour into the tray, and we're going to give this a try. So the way the pen actually works is this hose actually sucks the air in through the tip of the pen. So if I switch it on, there is a pump inside here, so it sucks air through the tip. I can hear it. I'll put it up to the mic. Hopefully you can hear that. So there's suction at the tip of the pen, so we have no pink wax, putty, glue dots, anything in the pen. It's totally empty. It is a standard diamond painting pen tip, so if it does get damaged, if the tip cracks or gets damaged, you can just swap this tip out if you keep your spare tips from the standard pens. So you don't have a dedicated pen tip, it's not a specialised tip, it's a standard diamond painting pen tip, because they have a tiny, tiny little hole inside them, and that is where it draws the air up through. So the idea is that you just put the pen over the drill and you pick it up, and it's done it. Hopefully you can see that. You need to use your finger to get the drill off. It's always interesting to see how well it holds the drill. So I'm going to give it a bit of a shake, and we'll see. Now I am really shaking that, and the drill is still on the pen. Which is pretty impressive. So what I'll do now is I'll put the light pad on so I can see where I am, and we'll give this a try. So the benefit of this, or benefits of this that I can see, is it means you have no wax or putty residue, and if you work on a tilted table or an easel where you're holding the pen at a really steep angle, the drills won't fall off. So you don't have to worry about dropping drills if you're working on a highly tilted table. And as you can see, it's working absolutely fine. No problems at all. You can push the drills around as normal, as you would with a normal pen. But the big thing for me is you have no wax or putty residue between the drills, so it keeps everything very clean. For me, that would be a plus. I now use tweezers because I just wanted to get away from that excess little bits of pink wax in between the drills and little bits of putty and that sort of thing. I just like to diamond paint and everything stays nice and clean. So I don't see any problems. I don't know if you can hear the motor. I mean, you can definitely hear it, but when I'm talking, it's not as if I'm having to shout over it or anything like that. The cable or the tube is actually long enough that you could move this further away. It's just I wanted to show how it worked beside the tray, but I could have it further away where the noise would be even less. So for example, if I move it over the table a bit and put it over there, so it's even quieter now. You could actually put it on the floor, but it sort of defeats the purpose of having the switch on it. I would probably expect people to keep it up on the table. And the fact it has a little pen holder built in, quite a nice little touch as well. But as you can see, no problems at all. I thought maybe when the connector came out so easily, it might leak, but I can't hear any hiss around here. So it is a snug fit, even though it is easy to remove. And if the hose did get damaged, if the pet dog got a hold of it and chewed it, I would imagine it would be pretty easy to get a replacement silicone hose. But as you can see, works absolutely fine. So no more dipping wax and putty. I like the pen. It's definitely a big improvement on the original. I like pens that have this sort of waist in them. I find them more comfortable when it comes a bit thicker at the front, so when you're holding the pen, your hand isn't going to slide forward. I like pens that have that sort of design. It is definitely made of some kind of metal, so there's a little bit of weight in it, which I like as well. It's not very heavy, but you can actually feel the weight of the pen, which I like. Definitely better than the straw. But you can see I can place the drills and I can twist them and I can slide them. The pen does not come off the drill, or sorry, the drill does not come off the pen. So you can manipulate the drills nice and easy. The only thing would be the hose. I don't know if that would irritate some people, maybe, but when I'm using it, it isn't in the way, because when I hold the pen, the hose is way over here somewhere, and there's plenty of slack on it, so you're not having to move anything. I'll be able to work on all of this easily without doing anything. So it's not as if you have to move everything as you go along. I think the improvements are cosmetic, most of them, but the pen is definitely a big upgrade from the original. But the actual pump, I think it's probably the same power as the original. It's just they've made the casing a bit more pleasing to the eye, rather than just having a black brick. And the fact they've got the little pen holder in it as well, I think that's quite a nice touch. So you can just sit it on your desk and then just put your pen in there when you've finished diamond painting. But the question about it working, absolutely, no problems with it. I would say it actually works better than putty or wax, because I can shake the pen. I mean, I was shaking it really hard, and the drill just sits there. But again, if you work on like an easel type setup where the drills are basically in front of you, not dropping drills and not having to think about drills falling off the tip of the pen, I think would be a big advantage. So yeah, nice upgrade. The biggest improvement for me is the actual pen. It's got a nice pen. So that's pretty much it. That was the e-painter pen from Ideen mit Herz. So that was the diamond e-painter pen from Ideen mit Herz. As I said, I tried the original about a year ago, and a few things have been upgraded. The main thing for me is the pen. It is definitely better than the original. The original one was just a slightly thicker plastic straw, so it did have the rubberized part, which I think if you were a heavy user, it might start to break up over time. The new pen is much more ergonomic. It's just a nicer pen to hold. It is made of metal, so it's not going to break anytime soon. I like the fact it uses the standard nylon with brass insert tip, so very easy to have spares just for any diamond painting pen you get. The standard pens, just you can just pull the tip out, stick it in a little box and keep it. That's what I've been doing for a long time, so I have a lot of replacement tips. The tips, the standard pen tips do eventually start to wear. They tend to crack, and once they start doing that, you'll find that you can't pick up the drills as normal. The pen keeps dropping them, so it's a good idea to keep the spare pen tips anyway, even if you're not looking to get this type of vacuum pen. But I like the idea. Pros: no wax, no putty, no residue from that. You don't have to try and pick out little pieces that you see. The other thing is people who work with an elevated table that is almost upright. You don't have to worry about dropping drills as you're picking up the drills from the tray and then going to place them. If you're working on a table with a much lower angle, like I do, if I drop the drills, they land on the table. But if you've got it, the board really highly elevated, they're going to land on the floor, which I would imagine would be pretty irritating. It's not something that I've tried. So this pen, as you saw, it's not going to drop the drills, and I think that could be a big plus for a lot of people. The hose, I didn't really notice it getting in the way at all because it's so long and it's so soft. I wasn't feeling as if I was having to like pull on the thing or anything like that. It felt okay. The motor is quiet. It's definitely quiet, but you can hear it. So maybe some people wouldn't like that. But just at normal talking volume, you can't hear it. It's not as if you're going to have to shout over it or anything. And if you're a person that sits and listens to music or watches TV or anything like that, you're not going to notice this at all. But as I said, the hose is long enough that you could probably put it even on the floor if you wanted to. But for me, it wouldn't be an irritation. I like the design. It's definitely better than the black block that we had originally. And I like the fact it's got an on-off switch, which the original did not have. The only way to switch off was to unplug it. So it's definitely designed to sit on the desk, I would say, because it just looks a lot nicer, a little bit different, but it has the pen holder hole, so you can just sit your pen in it. So yeah, it looks good. I like it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just thought when I saw that they had done a newer version, I was really curious just to find out what they've done with it. The pump, the strength, the noise, I think is about the same. I'm thinking it's really the casing that they've worked on and the pen. So yeah, I would definitely give it a thumbs up if you're a person who does not want to use wax or putty or doesn't like having to pick out all those little bits that you find when you're finished. It keeps the diamond painting nice and clean because you're not using any of that stuff. Downside, if you have a power cut, the pump won't work. I don't know if it would work from a power bank. It might. That'd be something to try. But because it has the USB adapter, and again, the original one didn't have that. It was just wired straight into the plug. Or was it? Hang on. No, I take that back. It is actually USB. It's been that long that I forgot about it. But yeah, the original one was a USB as well. So I didn't think to try it with a power bank, but it's possible that it might work. I'll maybe try that in another video. Anyway, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed the video, something a little bit different. If you did enjoy it and you want to see more unboxings, unbaggings, accessories, pens, I have other pens but a bit more traditional, and I have a lot of videos coming up. So if you want to see more, please subscribe and hit the notification button. If you do that, you may catch me live. I do random lives on YouTube where people can drop in and see what I'm working on. And we can have a bit of a chat about diamond painting, the weather, whatever. I just enjoy talking to people around the world, learning a little bit about where they live. I am originally from Scotland. I now live in Copenhagen, capital city of Denmark. And it was interesting moving to Denmark. It's very different from Scotland. So I'm just curious to learn a little bit about different places around the world. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and in the meantime, take care, be safe, and wash your hands.